Welcome to the Imperfect Dads podcast. This is your host, Devin. We believe dads care deeply about their family and kids, but they don't always have a space to discuss what their life looks like. Our podcast is a space for dads to discuss the ups and downs of fatherhood and how they feel like they're holding it together or how they're not. Thank you for joining us for this episode. This podcast is part of the Never a Face Network. Make sure to follow them on Instagram or go to the website neverafacenetwork.com. On this episode, we have on drummer William Goldsmith. You may know him from being in Sunny Day Real Estate, Assertion, or the Foo Fighters. We talked about having 3 kids, adventures around town with his younger kids, being full dad mode when not on tour, living in the Pacific Northwest, leaving shows early because you're tired, therapy, martial arts, playing music with his kids, how he disappeared from music for 7 years, and lots of stories about being on tour and bands that he's played in. And also just like one more thing.
Dad, just start the episode.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna say was I'm 38 or so. I got 3 kids. I got a 9, a 7, and 4-year-old. And I'm now at the place where like whenever I go to a concert and it's time for like the encore, I'm like, if I stay for this encore, am I gonna be useless tomorrow? Like it's no like whenever I was like 25 or whatever, I was like, oh, I can stay for the encore. I'll hang out near where I think the back door is. Like maybe I'll run into the band and stuff.
Dude, I hear you.
It's not the same.
I'm right there with you, man. Going out, is like, it's rare.
Yeah.
And when it does, it's, and I also I live in Port Orchard, and that's about an hour and 10 minutes drive from Seattle or 45-minute ferry boat.
Okay.
So yeah. So like, and usually, there aren't very many shows out here. Rarely though in Bremerton, but so yeah, it's a long trip there and back and all that. So yeah, I'm right there. I identify with that.
Yes. So I'm sorry when you guys played at the Boulder Theater, I didn't stay for your full set.
Man, I wouldn't have either. As a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't have been able to make it actually. So
what's it feel like? Because for that tour, you just wrapped up the tour with Cursive and Sunny Day Real Estate, right?
Yeah, the last run was it.
Yeah. And I feel like you guys, whenever you went on, you normally went on at like 9:30, 9:45-ish, didn't you? 9:15. Okay, cool.
Unless we started late, but yeah, 9:15, and we actually have been wanting to do move it earlier even, and that's why I'm also 2-band bill.
Yeah,
because dude, 3 bands, like at the end of the night, it's like it's I don't know, you know what I mean?
It's
Maybe
hard.
if you're
I'm with you.
if you're younger, but dude, like getting home at 3 a.m.
Yeah,
isn't really convenient anymore.
No,
so.
Well, you pay for like it used to be like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed at 2 a.m. This will be fine. And now if I go to bed after like 1 a.m., it takes me like 3 days to catch up.
Yeah. When I get up and take the kids to school, I'm like, my God. I'm like, where are the clothes? My God, where did I put the
anything less than 6 hours of sleep? And it's like, who do I think I am? Who did I think I was? I thought like, I know what happens whenever I get less than 6 hours of sleep. It's nothing good. And here I am going to bed at 1 a.m. knowing I have to wake up at 6 a.m. with kids. This is great. It's going to be a great time.
The big shock to my system is going from a tour and then right into it. Yeah. Get up, take the kids to school. And I'm like, it's kind of a shock to the system. But it's not like a bad shock. It's just like, you're like, oh, like, it's like, okay. I can do this.
Well, your kids aren't going to be like, first of all, how old are your kids?
8, 10, and 17.
Yeah. So like the 10 and 8-year-old aren't like, hey dad, I'm going to give you a day or two to readjust. No. They're just like, let's go.
Yeah. And, but we keep the tour runs short for the sake of minimizing time away from them.
Yes.
So, which I appreciate. So we never go out for more than 2 weeks at the most.
Yeah.
And then we'll like spread it out. So, and the runs that we're doing in, 2026 are even shorter. So and more spread out. So
cool.
Financially, it's not the most convenient thing in the world, but at the same time, it is what it is.
Yeah. If you want your kids to know you, your family to know that you exist, is kind of crucial to it.
Yeah. Like when I was in the Foo Fighters, we did a bunch of shows with the Jesus Lizard in Europe, and there were festivals. And I remember Mac McNeely telling me he was going to leave the band. I was like, dude, you can. He was like, my kids are starting to forget who I am. I was like, never mind. Quit the band.
This is not worth it. See
you later, dude. It was nice seeing you. I don't know when I'll see you, but I don't care. Go be with your kids.
Make sure your kids remember your face. I think that's important.
Yeah. And what's awesome is then he left the band And then his kids grew up, and then he rejoined the band. And I just saw him, and I ran into him in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's so cool. I get to do it again. I know. That's so awesome.
That's awesome.
It's really cool.
What instrument does he play in Foo Fighters?
He's drummer.
Okay, cool.
He's one of my favorite drummers ever.
That's so cool.
Mac McNeely. Yeah, he's awesome.
Cool. That also means, how did he, no, that's his podcast. So I was going to be like, man, how did he keep up his drum skills for those like 17 years, I'm sure, in which he took a break?
I think that he, still played.
Okay.
But like when I disappeared for 9 years, I disappeared from music too. I didn't even listen unless I was unless I'm hearing it at a gas station or something. But
if you're in an elevator, that's when music popped on.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a long story.
Sure. Yeah. Cool. Totally get it. What? So whenever you tour now, do you try to stick to because I feel like your last tour is more West Coast focus. Is that right?
Yeah. It's been kind of all over the place.
Okay.
So we typically do like West Coast stuff, and then that's that run, and then or East Coast stuff, and then that's that run. We did go over to England and played a couple shows.
That's cool.
A while ago. We're going to England again, and so in February we're going to play Philadelphia, Boston, New York, I think, and then in July we're going to England to play at Wembley Stadium with that. We're opening for that the band My Chemical Romance has to start.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so that'll be interesting.
Have you ever played an arena like Wembley?
No, I've never been there. No way. No. I played some pretty Foo Fighters played some pretty big places.
Yeah.
But I didn't play there though. We didn't play there.
Well, I mean, I don't usually, if I go to a show, it's usually like a smaller venue. I'm usually I saw Red Hot Chili Peppers when I lived in Nashville at Nissan Stadium, which is where the Titans play. And I remember sitting there being like, what's it feel like to be on that stage? Like you're sitting out there and you've got maybe 60,000 people excited for you to do your job. What's that feel like? In
a weird way, a little while ago, we played that Deftones festival. And I mean, there was quite a few people there, but I think it was like 10,000. The Wembley thing is going to be I can't remember what the capacity is. It's
a lot.
70,000?
Maybe 70.
And it's sold out. So, I mean,
dude.
But I mean, in a way, I mean, they're really My Chemical Romance.
Yes, MCR.
For a while. So, but, and the drummer, Jared Alexander, is a good friend of mine. He's a really nice guy and a great drummer. So,
cool.
And, anyway, totally forgot what I was saying. Totally forgot.
I think I was talking about I think we were talking about how
I remember
tours, likes the tours. Maybe
if it's a really big crowd, sometimes it's more difficult if it's a smaller crowd, and you can almost pick out individuals more. Especially the ones that are looking at you like this, right up front, just I'm like,
what did I do to you, buddy?
Yeah, you're just I'm sorry.
I guess it's true. If there's 200 people in the venue, you feel like it's okay, I really need to make these 200 people happy. Or if it's...
or 2 people.
Yeah, or 20, depending on where you are.
But, when Sunny Day Real Estate first started touring, we were there maybe 2 to 5 people a night.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
You're just pounding the pavement.
Yeah.
Asking the label is okay, well, we need more money because we're not getting paid anything.
We would like to pay our electricity this month. Can you guys please help out with that?
Yeah, no, I mean, that was, yeah.
No. Well, I mean,
no, that was more just paying to survive while we're on the road.
Yeah, please let us eat. Can I just get gas and maybe a McDonald's meal? That'd be great, guys.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty cool because, I know you guys, I've talked to Steve Lamos from American Football as well. Steve is awesome. Yes, I'm glad that, because I grew up listening to, you guys, American Football, all that stuff. And I'm glad that the youths are now being oh my gosh, I want to listen to this music again. So, you guys can finally tour in an album that you wrote 20 years ago.
I think what we don't take for granted is the fact that we can play shows and people will actually come.
Hell yeah.
As we started touring, from when we started touring 4 or 5 years ago, start playing out again. As time goes on, the audience has been getting we see more and more kids.
Yeah.
And that's been interesting. So
yeah, totally.
And I'm really? Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you create anything, it's does someone show up? Does someone download it?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I mean, the reason Sunny Day Real Estate had gained any traction at all was kind of a fluke, really.
Really?
So, I mean, it was just the Sub Pop thing was happening, the Seattle thing was happening. Mm-hmm. We were in this sort of compartmentalized alternate universe of a hardcore scene.
Yeah.
That was kind of separate from a lot of that stuff. I think Nate would call venues, the regular venues that were in Seattle for a while, Off Ramp back then or Crocodile or whatever. And he would try to get us on a show and they would just hang up on him,
Dude.
You had to kind of already be there. And we'd been playing in cement boxes, for so long that, that's kind of, that's where we lived. It was like in this sort of dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. How's your hearing these days? You've been playing music professionally for decades.
So I am 70% deaf in my left
ear. Are
ear.
you seriously? Okay.
Not from music.
Just from life?
My eardrum ruptured on an airplane.
Seriously?
We had to go down and play Coachella in Sunny Day in 2009, I think, or 10, around there.
Okay.
And I had an ear infection.
Dude.
And it started to sort of like kick in like a couple days before I was putting these eardrops in. I didn't know that there was a risk of anything like that with the pressure.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a level of pain that I had not yet been introduced to. And I've been introduced to some levels of pain.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was the biggest one. I've never experienced anything like it. There were periods of time. They gave me Percocet and it didn't help. It just made me vomit, It was terrible. And so I don't remember playing Coachella. I know I did, but I have no memory of it at all. But
dude,
so most of the time, all I could do was just writhe on the ground. It was brutal. So, and it sucks. And I really, and they were like, yeah,
you're done.
70%, 68%.
Okay.
Yeah. So whatever, I'm rounding up, but I mean, but I really noticed it. It's really affected playing.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's like I lost low end and I'm really hypersensitive to treble. Yeah. Which is really inconvenient.
For a drummer.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. It's really inconvenient. So I've had to do some things to try to like counter it and, compensate. So that's been challenging, but I do what I can. And then I really notice it if I'm like sleeping at night or in bed and my good ear is on the pillow, then I'm like, oh man, I can't hear anything.
Yeah. I was just going to ask what's it like? Cause I mean, do your kids ever like take advantage of it? Like if they want to say an inappropriate word or like talk trash, do they just go to your left ear to talk to, or have they done that?
No, it's more like, they're talking to me and I'm always going like,
you're just turning your whole body.
I'm always turning the good ear toward them. So, but yeah, no, they don't talk trash about me. They're pretty nice to me, actually.
That's awesome. That's
cool.
My
kids and I get along extremely well. So that's good.
That's cool. No, I mean, like, I think I'd gone to you guys playing up in Boulder with Cursive and I'd post like a video of it. So then like TikTok naturally puts you in my algorithm of like, oh, hey, well, if you like Sunny Day, you should follow the guy in Sunny Day. And I feel like you're always posting pictures of your kids or videos of you guys like going on adventures, being around town. And
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's kind of a more positive. I mean, obviously the kids have arguments.
Yeah, of course.
That, but I mean, of course, no one's going to post that. But it's a very sort of realistic view of, these little sort of moments in time that is, I think, a healthier thing to throw out into the world than some stuff.
Then what else you can find on social
media?
A
lot of other things. It's just like, I like a TikTok. I'm like, Jesus Christ, why do monkeys abuse their babies? Like what the fuck is going on? Like, Jesus Christ, and it's terrible.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. And then you watch it for my favorite thing about socials is like you watch something for 3 seconds because you're sitting there like, what the hell is this? And like, oh, you must love monkeys now. And you're like, no, I don't.
So yeah.
What?
Yeah. But I've been getting, so lately I've been getting a lot of Key and Peele.
Yeah, me too. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with some rehashed Key and Peele skits. That's awesome. Do you feel like with your kids, I know you post like you going around town and you going on adventures and stuff like that. Is that something like, were you able to do that with your oldest kid? Or is that something now with your 2 younger ones where you're like, oh man, I got to treat this time less special and stuff like that?
No, I know it's always been,
cool.
We've always gone. Yeah, no, it's been like that since
awesome.
Araya. So yeah, I mean, Araya, I met Araya before I met her mom.
Okay.
And she and I actually like kind of became friends and we're, playing Pirates, Treasure and all this stuff. And then I met her mom after that.
Okay.
So it was, my nephew was married to her sister. And so she was up there helping them clean out their apartment because they were moving or whatever. So Araya was with her. So that's how I met her.
Okay.
And because I was going to visit my nephew.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, that's how that happened. And Araya and I have been, Araya and I get along better. I mean, we've been very close this whole time and we're closer now than ever before. She's really funny. She's a very sarcastic, hilarious person. Yeah.
If someone isn't sarcastic, it makes me not trust them. Like if they aren't dry, I'm like, what are you hiding? What's wrong with you over here?
Yeah, she's kind of got this sort of deadpan, like very, what would it, kind of like Zendaya in the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Sort of like deadpan, like sarcasm. It's really.
That's awesome. That's great. When not on tour with Sunny Day Real Estate, what do you do to spend your time, or what do you do with your life?
Well, I've made records with my other band, Assertion, and we've released 2 records, and we kind of hit a bit of a hiccup because we were, our original bass player, Brian Gorder, he had to leave the band because of some issues. And anyway, he was going to return to the band in this last November, but he passed away, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So we were kind of like,
Yeah.
And previous to that, like while Brian was away, like Chris Jordan, who plays bass in Sunny Day Real Estate, who's amazing, was playing with Assertion for a bit, and then Brian was going to come back, and Chris is going to come and play again, but yeah, I really miss Brian. It was really hard on my son Logan.
Really?
He was excited for Brian to come back, and he was like, he was going to come back and play with Assertion, so he can't do that now. I was like, no. And he goes, well, does he play bass in heaven?
Oh,
yeah. And I was like, maybe.
Yeah, man.
I just can't remember what it's like on that dimension. I just don't know. But hopefully so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's sweet. Do your kids get to like come out to your shows that much or get on the road with you guys?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When we're so Logan just wants to come on tour. And he's just looking. Going like this, waiting for the time to come where he can either play second drums.
Yeah.
Or I was like, let's move in the second drums direction, see where we can get, with that as the sort of goal.
Yeah.
And see where we get, how far we get. But yeah, no, they come to the shows whenever they're close.
Okay.
So yeah.
How's it feel to have your kids come to the show? Is it fun? Is it exciting, or is it kind of like stressful because you're trying to do your job while they're around at the same time?
Logan is on the autism spectrum.
Okay.
Right? And so he has these, I don't know how to say it, but I can't hide anything that I'm feeling ever from him. He can sense anything that's going on with me. So the last year we played in Seattle, the Showbox that he was at, I think it was the third. We did 3 nights. He was at the third night, I think. And I was having an off night. And I was on the side of the stage, and I remember I was just I was not happy.
Yeah.
And I look over and I see him looking at me, and I was like, oh man, and he was just like looking at me, like just watching me really closely, concerned looking. Anyway, and after the show, he was crying his eyes out. He was like, look, if the drums hurt, you don't play drums no more. He goes, I don't want you to have to go through that anymore. I was like, I know. I was like, it's okay, dude. There's off nights. It's okay. It happens. So we played a show in Tacoma a little while back, and and all the kids were going to be there. I was like, okay, William, you got to fucking pull it together here. You got
get it together, man. You got this.
Like, stay out of your head. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was good. And that went much better. And I looked around and looked at him, and he went, good job. I was like, thank you. So, but he really loves music. Yeah, he's really into it. He loves the Assertion records. He loves the Sunny Day records. He's profoundly fascinated that his dad and these other guys that he's become friends with are sculpting this air in this way.
Yeah.
And trying to document it,
Yeah.
And it's fascinating. It makes me sort of see it objectively through his eyes, and sort of see how fascinating it is through him. It's interesting. It's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
To document the human experience.
Yeah, because it is
through sound.
Yeah.
So he asked what music means. I was like, it's like painting, but with sound. But yeah. So yeah, he loves coming to the shows. He wants to come on the tours, but he never can. So, but yeah.
Yeah, you can't be like, hey, you have school, man. You gotta you gotta learn some stuff. I'm sorry, buddy.
These are his drums right there.
That's awesome. I'm awful at drums. Like I can play guitar. If I have a string, I can usually figure it out and play it.
Sure.
I am awful at drums. I'm not that good at multitasking. How's his ability to multitask and figure it out? Is he pretty good at it so far?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it is. It's slow. It's been slow to start, but then there's these certain patterns when I teach drums through Zoom. And so there's certain patterns that I'll do. And there's this one particular pattern that I was just like, I just had a feeling maybe, and so we got through half of it and we did the first half of it and he totally got it. And I was like, okay. So I understand this is the kind of pattern that I need to throw in his direction, and he's going to gravitate towards it.
That's fascinating.
So yeah, no, it's really cool. So I mean, you can play like boom, pop, boom, pop, and you can play doom, boom, 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 pop, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But now I'm throwing some other things at him that it's they're the Simon Says factor is easier to sink your teeth into. I think for him with that particular pattern, and others like it that I'm going to start showing.
That's cool. Do you feel like it's been like I feel like music is a language and it's a way to communicate.
Absolutely.
Has it been awesome to like figure out how to communicate with your son through drums and through music?
Yeah. And and one of my favorite things to do is to go on drives and put on a record and just sit back and feel their minds being blown.
Yeah.
And just like, and that's a really cool experience. Logan loves Gary Newman. He loves Gary Newman. So
that's awesome. Yeah.
Actually, but he loves Gary Newman, Pleasure Principle and Telecon and Replicas, stuff like that. And his favorite song is Down in the Park. That's actually my favorite song too.
That's sweet. That's awesome.
When I was in the Foo Fighters, we covered it because Dave was like, let's do a cover. I was like, Down in the Park.
You're like, dibs, I got this one.
Yeah. And he loves Gary Newman. It's funny. It's awesome. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
But he likes a lot of stuff. I mean, it's like all over the place, Yeah. He really echoing the Bunnyman lately, actually. Yeah.
4-year-old lately has been saying he likes rockin' music, which I have found is just Seattle grunge music from the 90s. So okay. I've been re-diving into like Pearl Jam, not Rage Against the Machine isn't Seattle, but like a lot of Tom Morello guitar parts, a lot of Nirvana, a lot of Foo Fighters. He's just sitting there going like, like doing like the rockin' head nod in the backseat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome.
You ever heard of a record called Wrong by a band called No Means No?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, it's the greatest punk rock record ever made, and it will always be that way. No one will ever surpass it. I remember I played that for the kids, and my youngest daughter, she goes, "This is crazy." I was like, "Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It is crazy. It is crazy good. It is a crazy good record." Yeah.
Because now I'm trying to figure out, like, I think music is a language that I speak in commonly also. And whenever you realize that your kids can speak in it also, it is so exciting. It's so energizing to be like, but how do you feel about this? How does this make you feel? Tell me your thoughts on this. And then you just expand the universe as much as you can. It's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, because like I made him listen to Cursive today, and he was like, because they have a lot of like dissonance in their guitar tone and like their guitar parts, and he just had this look on his face like, what is this? And I was like, let's do this, kid.
As an experiment.
Yes.
And this is an open invitation, no obligation.
Yeah.
But if you're bored, I'll send you a link to. Do you have Apple Music or Spotify?
I do Spotify, sadly, but
that's
Spotify.
Right. That's fine. I know the evil.
Evil necessity.
Someday we will conquer it. But
one day.
But I'll send you a link to my other band, Assertion's second record.
Okay.
And throw it his way.
Okay. And see how he reacts. See how he feels about it.
That is. If you're bored, then you don't have to report back.
Okay,
I'm not expecting or anything like that.
Just throw it. You have done music for a while. You just you said like, hey, I made this thing. I think it's good. I'm not going to follow up because you do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. You can't be like, hey man, check out my record, and then come back and be like, so what'd you think?
So what'd you think, man? Did you like it? Dude, did you listen to it?
People's lives are chaotic. It's just like, it's hard to force yourself to do something when you're chasing your tail and trying to survive.
It is pretty
much. You know what I mean? That's not that you don't want to, but I mean,
Yep.
It is.
That's how I feel doing a podcast. Like when guests want to come on and stuff, I'm like, hey, do you want me to send you episodes so you can get a vibe or something like that? And they'll be like, I want to do your podcast because I like the idea of it, but I don't have any time to listen to an episode. And I'm okay. I get it. I totally get it. But
all right. Well, I didn't say that.
You did not. That was not you. But if someone's like, I've got too much going on, but I want to be a part of this, I'm like,
I have watched clips of your podcast.
Okay, good. That's good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for knowing I exist.
Yeah, no. Well, they got recommended actually, and so I'd be like, oh, here we go.
There's this one. Yeah. What about with your daughter? What do you do with your daughter? What's like, or your youngest? What's your relationship with her?
She's started playing drums a little bit, but she's really into singing.
That's cute.
And she's got like a sort of natural perfect pitch,
so
she's really into that.
Cool.
So she's always wanting to turn on the PA and use this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's really into singing. She's an ADHD poster child like me. So I don't know if she got that from me, but
Yeah.
you know, uh, but yeah, she's amazing.
That's
She's a
awesome.
brilliant and she's really good at art. She's a very good artist.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's awesome.
That's cool. That's awesome. It's nice whenever, like, I feel like my mom did PR and my dad was a construction worker. And I was this little artsy kid trying to play acoustic guitar all the time. And I'm sure my parents were like, it's pretty. I only understand so much of what you're doing. It's nice when your kids have interests in which you can actually relate to them. It does make the whole relationship a little bit easier.
Yeah. My dad was like, don't you even think about it.
Yeah.
Don't you think about doing this rock music thing.
And you were like,
I was just like,
did you tell me no? Did you tell me no? I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now.
No, it was just, since I was 5.
Really?
I wanted to play music. That's when I knew I wanted to play drums. And it took from then until I was 13 to my mom finally was like, okay, got me a drum kit.
Okay.
Two doors down from their bedroom. So I feel bad about it, but,
at least, I mean, I remember my brother played saxophone for a while, and I feel like someone learning how to play a woodwind instrument as they miss the note completely as they find it is equally exhausting to have in a house.
Yeah, I mean, they both have their punishing elements for sure.
They do. They do.
Yeah. Just shoe in a dryer through the walls.
Or something being strangled in the next room and singing at the same time.
Indeed.
One of the two. As far as like, so one thing I like to do with my kids is to take them to like record stores and let them buy vinyl. Do you ever do anything like that with your kids?
With my oldest daughter, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's into vinyl, but not the little ones. No, not as of now. Logan's got a iPad and he basically goes on Apple Music and he's like, oh yeah, this song.
I get the world's at my fingers. I'll do that with my daughters if they're really into Taylor Swift. So like for their birthdays or something like that, I'll be like, hey, which Taylor, like you both can choose a Taylor Swift vinyl. Which one do you want? And do that.
No, my oldest daughter, Araya, she's into vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
She's like, can I get Pink Floyd The Wall on vinyl? I was like, yes, you can. But I was like, be very careful.
Hmm?
When I was your age, I entered some pretty dark places in my mind listening to that record. So it's a great record, but don't let it take you down.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah.
I'm somewhat excited and hope my kids like get into music like that. Cause like The Wall is this phenomenal concept album. It's got all these themes. It's about self-isolation and how you self-medicate basically. And I'm like, some part of me wants you to discover this so then we can talk about it. But also,
sure.
Then I'm worried. Then I know you're exposed to that this world exists. And I'm not sure when I want you to know that.
Yeah. No, I get it. No, yeah. I'm just, you can sometimes get depressed as a teenager, but I think I don't think that Araya is fortunately, I don't think she's capable of reaching the levels of depression that I reached when I was 16 and 17.
Yeah.
Being raised Catholic is a hell of a thing.
It does. I was Lutheran. So I was Lutheran K through 8th grade school.
Okay.
So it's a different flavor of guilt and shame, but it's still there.
Yeah.
Does anyone else in Sunny Day, like whenever you tour and stuff, does anyone else in the band have kids or is it just you?
Dan does.
Okay.
But Jeremy doesn't. Greg doesn't.
Okay.
And Chris, so it's just Dan and I.
Okay, cool. Do you and Dan, kind of like just post up together and like talk about being dads on tour?
Sometimes, yeah, a little bit, but he's kind of he's much further along
in the journey. Yeah.
I started late.
Yeah.
I mean, except for, Ari's, 17, but his kids are like, they don't live at the house anymore and that kind of thing. So,
they're adults.
But,
yeah.
So, a little bit here and there. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Not too much. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself like a quote unquote like older dad, or are you just like, I'm a dad?
I'm old.
So the answer is yes.
That's a fact. I think I'm 54. I think.
Okay.
Pretty, I'm
Who
not
knows?
sure.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Did it?
So I'm old. I'm an old.
Yeah.
Man,
Right. Did you first have your kids like in your 40s? Then is that right?
Yeah. I believe so. Yeah. Well, Araya. So I started taking care of Araya when she was 3.5.
Okay.
And
cool.
then, so biologically, she's not my daughter spiritually. And then, Logan was born in 2015 and Maya was born in 2017.
Okay. Was that like the first time you had changed a diaper for your biological kids?
Yes.
Okay.
It was. Yes. And that happened all the time, every day for a long time.
It does.
Yeah.
You go from never doing something to sometimes 7 times a day.
Yeah. 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 And then when they graduate out of the diapers, you're like, free. I'm free. I'm free from feces.
I'm free from feces. That would be a phenomenal. If I ever learn how to write a kid's book that's about potty training, free from feces.
Free your daddy from feces.
That'd be awesome. Was it difficult at all for you since you had kids later? How much of like a mental shift was that for you? Like, hey, I'm a dad now. I got to be here for this. I got to be around for all this stuff.
I don't think it's anything that has to shift. It's an automatic instinctual, like, this is what I'm doing right now.
Hell
know, like I am here for this person, this human being, and they're my family, and there's unconditional love level that's beyond any words or can possibly even articulate.
Yeah.
That just lock you in place.
Yeah.
So it's not a shift. It's just,
hell yeah.
Yeah. It's an isness. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It happens. Yeah.
That's great though.
I mean, I guess there's some people out there that doesn't happen for, but I'm one of those people that the instincts, the unconditional love thing was the muscle was ready to start working,
Yeah.
While we were there. So, yeah.
That I have that. I don't know if you would call it naive or whatever, but yeah, I have that belief in me. Like, yeah, you realize you're about to be dad, and you're like, I got to figure my shit out. I got to do some stuff because I need to be here for this kid, and I need to do that.
Well, I don't know if I've necessarily figured my shit out. Although I've come light years beyond from where I was way back in when I was, started. My head came out of my, what?
Yeah.
Starting at like 29. 30.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was I had a huge thing to flip around.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was, I had to go from very dark to light. So, but yeah, no, I mean, sorry, what was the question?
No, I was just saying that, like, we're just talking about how,
my shit's not.
You got your shit together. Like, did you have to, like, some dads don't get their shit together when they have a kid. I'm like, how do you not know I'm about to have a kid? Figure some stuff out, man.
So I've been with them. It was just me and them for quite a while.
Okay.
And their mom and I aren't together anymore.
Okay.
But their mom and her boyfriend and Curtis and their baby, I just helped them move into my house because we're cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
you're good.
She and I are friends. It's fine. We get along. We're cool. He and I get along. It's fine. And it's good for the kids to have everybody, both the parents under one roof. It's just better, and they like it better. And also financially, it's very hard.
It is.
So trying to share the rent.
As like in relation to like your living situation, living with all them, I feel like as I get older, I just realize like, you know what? Life is pretty complicated and it's pretty messy. If you can find a way to show love to each other, do it. And, you'll be okay. Like, just figure that out and you'll be all right.
Yeah. So just for whatever. For shits and giggles, one time when I was in New Orleans, I went and saw this voodoo priest.
Yeah. Why not?
Just for a conversation, right?
Yeah.
And he said, the wall, the fence or something, or I don't know if he said wall, the fence that you've built around your heart is extremely effective.
Damn.
And he goes, and your kids are never going to be able to see you love that way. He said, if it stays up. I was like, okay.
All right.
Fuck. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, yeah. So I said, yeah, but it doesn't help that the ratio of toxic women in my case, but there's a lot of toxic men, but toxic people, but in my case, like toxic women, the ratio, it's so high.
Mm-hmm.
It's like playing Russian roulette, and I can't, and I have proven to myself several times in the past that my ability to detect an imposter is not razor sharp.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
So and so I don't really, it's like and I don't have time.
Yeah.
I live totally very much so off the beaten path. Not like I go out really. It's like rare. And I'm, always with the kids when I'm on tour. It's like, oh, you can meet a girl on tour. No, you can't. No,
that's not. Please don't.
You're working.
Don't do
you're
that.
Leaving, working. You're leaving.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm old. I'm old too.
Right,
That doesn't help. It's like, So So I've kind of sort of accepted the alone thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like the loneliness thing kind of gets like a mosquito in your ear, but then, you get so busy that you don't have time for it. But I mean, and if there's a miracle someday that accidentally some great human being, this a woman who is actually, and there are great women out there.
Yeah,
it's just,
hasn't lined up for you yet.
Dating, so that's for sure. No thanks.
Yep.
Or at least mostly not. Anyway, so, and I mean, I'm in therapy. I've been in therapy for a long time. Maybe it's me. I'm trying to work out, like, was it something about me that attracted people that wanted to bamboozle me, like that kind of a thing.
Yep.
So, but I mean, at the same time, I have been in relationships with great women that I still am friends with to this day, that are like, I consider like in a category of greatest people that have ever walked the planet.
Gotcha.
Thing.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
And I feel fortunate to know them.
Yeah.
Like, my ex-girlfriend Jennifer made their kids their birthday cakes. She made Logan a Titanic ship.
Really?
Not the tragedy, just the boat.
Oh, okay, good. It was pre-iceberg Titanic. It wasn't half a ship.
It was just the boat itself, and everything was okay. And then she made my unicorn cake, and that's really cool. And so it's really cool, and we get along really well.
Yeah, that's great.
And my ex-girlfriend Marnie Wanner, she lives in New York. She and her husband came to our show in New Jersey a little while ago, and she's one of the greatest human beings that's ever walked.
Yeah, the way I always view it is like, because I also have walls up. I'm not gonna act like I don't have walls up. I'm always like, hey, it's probably because someone hurt me really badly at one point in time, and it's really hard to trust people once you've been hurt. Like, you have to prove it to me that it's worth it to put my walls down, and that's where I think therapy comes in, to be like, hey, maybe give them an inch here, maybe give some room here, because your natural state is very protective.
Yeah.
So calm it down a little bit if you can.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that I'm some perfect person.
No, completely get that. Yeah.
Far from it. There's plenty of people that'll tell you that's not the case from eons ago.
Yeah.
But I've got my feet sort of securely on the ground now. Yeah. And I feel confident in my ability to navigate life with less psychosis or none, So yeah.
Of course. I feel like men in therapy, there's always like some stigma. Do men want to do therapy or not? Was it that hard for you to like lean into therapy, start doing it? Or were you just more in a state where it's like, I need help. Someone please help me figure some stuff out?
No, I think that if you're not able to process your issues or your trauma in a way to where you get to a point where you can look at it like a landscape and see what led to what, that's where you die from drinking.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And that's where I was going to go if I didn't process past trauma, And unfortunately, my brother Gordy, something really bad happened to him when he was a kid, and he never ever processed it, dealt with it, it gets to a point where you kind of become your own therapist after a time, where you learn how to sort of navigate and look at yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Without, like, honestly. And he couldn't stop drinking, and then he just finally shot himself in the head.
Did he really? Dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, me too. Yeah, it sucks. It was a long time ago, but it sucks. But it was because he didn't process that, And that's happened a lot recently with people that I know and that I tried to help. I'm just like, look, dude, did you go join a martial arts school?
Yeah. Do something like that. Yeah.
That's one thing. Or yoga or something like that. That's how I stopped drinking, was that. I mean, also therapy, but it was the martial arts training. 2 years into that, one of the reasons also that I drank so much, because I had severe anxiety.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
So the martial arts, 2 years in, the anxiety subsided to the point where I all of a sudden would forget that I even got a drink.
Yeah.
Because I didn't need to put out a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was more like I accidentally forgot about it, and it just wasn't there anymore. I was
that's awesome.
Interested. So, and that was an accident, by the way. I more went into training to try to tame a deep-rooted sort of fury and anger and rage kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so it helped with that, but it also helped with the anxiety.
Yeah. I've talked to a couple dads where they're like, no, jujitsu. Like, it makes me sad, but like, I feel like a lot of what we do as parents nowadays, or at least me and my wife do, is just ask our kids, like, check in with your body. How do you feel today? Where like, that was not a conversation I feel like we grew up in, which we were allowed to check in with our body. So then you get into your 20s and your 30s and you're like, why do I feel anxious? Why am I trying to sprint from it? What am I doing? And you're like, you're in fight or flight mode, man. And you're not listening to your body. And then like jujitsu, yoga makes you sit down and be like, so what are you feeling today? Like are your shoulders tense? What's going on with you today? And you have to like
unlearn these weird coping mechanisms that you were taught as a kid just to finally listen to what the hell your body's been screaming at you this entire time.
Yeah. Yeah. Or learning how to um, quiet your mind. It took a long time for me to get to the point where my brain wasn't this weird demon torturing me.
No, I get that. Sadly, I understand that. Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah.
And it took a very long time, but I started doing things like I would experiment with like become aware of your shoulders, just feel the existence of them, or your knee or whatever, and it sounds silly, but that's like a kind of a cheat code.
Yeah.
To sort of a quick escape route out of being trapped in your head. All of a sudden you're not thinking about the thing you're thinking about your shoulder.
Correct.
Sounds dumb. Or your hands.
Yeah.
Without looking at them. Just the fact that they're alive.
Correct. Yeah.
Little things like that. But
yeah.
But yeah.
It's like grounding techniques is what I usually consider them, because it's like, hey, I think your body is the best way to be in tune with the moment that you're in. Because like, okay, cool. What does your left knee feel like? And you're like, I don't think about my left knee. What does my left, like you like distract yourself to like, almost trick yourself to be like, how does my left big toe feel? And you're like, feels kind of cold.
Yeah.
Huh, let's get in touch with this.
Yeah. Yeah. Then things, well, I will say, so that all happened. That was all great. I was doing the martial arts thing for, I think it was like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of people died in rapid fire. And when I say a whole bunch of people, it's like my therapist at the time said, he said, if you were in the trenches of World War I, it wouldn't be really that weird. But he goes, but you're not. So he goes,
you're in everyday life.
And he said, it's a little weird.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, and I started to lose, and I kind of started to lose my mind.
That's valid. That's valid.
And so started seeing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Started like I kind of went insane for a little while, and I had to took a little while to navigate that terrain out of there.
Yeah.
And I relied on some shamanic techniques or whatever, putting whatever it is in your mind's eye in a balloon, speeding up the sound if there's audio, slowing it down, doing it at the same time, mixing it together till it's nonsense.
Yeah.
Then you send it out into outer space, shoot it with a gun, it explodes and it goes away. That kind of a thing. That's like an old shamanic thing.
Okay, cool.
And that worked, And then the other, I tried that with Mayura, my daughter, the other night. She said she kept on seeing a face and she was closing her eyes trying to go to sleep. And so I was like, oh, okay, here, just do this. There's no audio. But I was like, put the face in the balloon, send it,
Yeah.
And I don't think that there was a real face there. It was just, and I don't think the things that I saw were really there. They were just in my head.
No,
I guess.
I do think it's an element of being a parent where like, regardless if you think it's legitimate or not, like if my kid is like, I'm scared, you don't look at them like you put yourself in their reality is what you do. You don't look at them and say, you can't be scared. You're in a house. You're safe. Everything's
There's nothing
great.
to be afraid of. No, yeah. Give me a break.
Yeah, you're just like, hey, like one of my daughters is just to get scared about physical safety. Where she'll be like, what if someone breaks into our house? And then I'll be like, tell me, like, walk me through it. What's your brain telling you? What's going on here? And then I'll be like, hey, if I show you that all the doors are locked, the windows are locked, and everything is locked, does that help you? Or are you in like that type of place? Are you in just the idea that someone can do this scares you? And then just because then also I know, because I can be overly logical and problem solving. And if that doesn't help you, help me figure that out before I spend an hour trying to overly problem solve.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's a good tool to have. Yeah, no, I mean, it is, it makes sense for a child to become afraid at the concept of people hurting other people.
Yeah, of course.
It's
terrifying and it sucks.
It is. It's a horrible, horrible thing, So I don't watch horror movies, I just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, whatever. I've watched The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Like pretty, comic booky, but like horror movies where there's a family in the house and these horrible things happen.
God.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I'm not a fan of torture. For some reason, I'm not a fan of torture. And I like that about myself, and I'm not expecting to change that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, whatever. I'm all for freedom of expression, but I mean, come on.
I'm good.
Yeah, but no thanks is all I'm saying.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. when you're not on tour, do you feel like you're more like stay-at-home dad mode, or is like being like stay-at-home dad role where you're like primary in charge of everything? Is that pretty natural for you to enter into?
Well, that's what I have been.
That's
And
what I
so,
thought. Okay.
I've got so where I am right now is where I teach.
Yeah.
So, and the computer goes over there. And so I teach from here. And then, it's just right next to the house. It's like a mother-in-law above the garage.
Okay, cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I have been stay-at-home dad for a long time.
Okay.
Working from home, for a while.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've tried to get some other jobs in the past that didn't, I just, I mean, that when the hours are like it's like 16 hours and the pay is very little.
Yeah.
And, working you for that long, like on the road for that long, I was just like,
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a stay-at-home parent. And it's mostly because like, one, childcare is freaking expensive. And like, whenever your kids get older, like you just need someone to be physically around. It's more than anything is like, hey, the kids are about to get off a bus. Yeah. Who's there? Who's at home? Yeah. And I'm like, well, if we can figure it out for one of us to be home, oh, it's me? Cool. Then I'll be the one who's at home. This makes their life easier. That's great. Let's do this.
Yeah. I mean, there was a long time where, I was doing this, I was alone, and I was just like, man, I don't know how much longer I can financially do this on my own, and also the hard part was, I think I accidentally became the good cop. And when the good cop is the only one left standing at the house for a while, trying to prevent being railroaded takes some time, but it's gotten better. But now, their mom's here and it's good, And before, when I go on tour, that's when the kids would stay with her, but now she's here. And so when I go on tour, they'll just be with her
That's
here.
Cool. Then they stay in their own bedroom. The logistics that come with being a parent is like the most exhausting thing ever. Of like, hey, who feeds my kid tonight? Is it me? Is it you?
Yeah.
How's this work?
Yeah. So Logan and Mayura and I are roommates. We live together in a room and we sleep in one big bed and I'm in the middle.
That's cute.
It is the way, it's just the way it is. And then Ari's room is right across the way. There's just not enough rooms in the house for, but they don't want they're
good.
They want to sleep with me. And I'm just like, well, okay, it's fine. The hard part is when I'm like, I have some things that I have to do. And so daddy doesn't always go to bed at the exact same time as you because there's dishes that need to be done or things like that. I've got to get your clothes ready for school tomorrow, things of that nature. And my son Logan he's just like,
no concept.
Okay, well, he's like, okay, you do that tomorrow? He's like, or like, how come you didn't earlier? Were you busy earlier? I was
like, yeah, I was with you, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, it's good. Yeah.
So, we'll do that with my 4-year-old where he'll like, it's like the sweetest thing ever. Like today, he was like, I don't like to sleep in my room because I don't like to sleep alone. And I'm like, that's pretty sweet. I don't know how to like counteract that. So we'll be like, okay, you can fall asleep in our bed or on the couch in our room. But when you wake up in your bedroom, it's because we moved you to there. But like, how do you look at a kid that's like, I just want to be with you because I don't want to be alone and be like, well, too bad. Go figure it out.
Yeah. No. Logan is very, attached to me.
Yeah.
Like extremely attached. I think there's like, I think with autism, there's sometimes like there's a relationship with a parent or an individual that's their they're literally like anchored, to, and not in a bad way, but I just, but
it's what
good.
it is. It's what it is. It's
great.
It's beautiful.
No, it's the most profoundly spiritually, God, it's just the most profound thing that's ever happened to me.
Yep.
And somebody asked me if I had any regrets. Like, did you regret like quitting the Foo Fighters? Did you and I'm like, no, because this bumpy ass road led to
this
3 incredible people that are the most important human beings and the most important thing that's ever happened to me. So I wouldn't change anything.
That's awesome.
So,
that's sweet. Well, I'll start wrapping the episode down. How I end every episode is ask every guest a series of 5 questions, just to be just some fun icebreaker type questions.
Okay.
They aren't rapid fire, so you got time to think about them if you need to.
Okay.
First question is, do you remember if you had any backup names for your kids? Like, did you have any names that you almost named them?
No.
No? You're just like, this is it. This is their name.
Yeah, well, Araya was already Araya when I met her.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Chanry came up with the name Mayura, and Logan, I know Logan was that's where it was going to be, and that's where it stayed.
Cool.
So yeah.
That's awesome. Next question is, those are my favorite ones to ask traveling or touring musicians. Do you have a replacement curse word? Like, do you have one, or do you just say the curse word? I feel like most musicians are like, I have bust mouth. I only know curse words.
You mean like on tour? Like
in general, like if you're around your kids and you know you need to say a curse word because you stub your toe, someone cuts you off in traffic, do you say the curse word or do you say something else instead?
Should I lie or tell the truth?
You should tell the truth. If you just say the F word, say the F word.
I mean, yeah, I think that sometimes my mouth is not as piratey. It's not as pirate-esque as it is on tour, but
yeah.
You know, I'm a little overall as a person, I have an element to me that's a little bit rough around the edges, a little rough and tumble. My kids are very familiar with those words. They don't ever say them though.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, all except for Logan one time when he was really frustrated, screamed a word, and it was one time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so, you know, call me a bad parent.
No,
maybe I am.
It's actually the common answer. It's the common answer is I just say the word.
Are we allowed to say those words? And I said, you can say them if you really, really want to at home with me, but you can't say them anywhere else, you know, but you have the right to say them. They're just words, but it is what it is. Some people think they're offended by it.
Yeah.
I really don't give a shit. But they don't. And as a result, they do not swear.
Yeah. Yep.
They don't, you know. Well, all right, maybe a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
My oldest, but
she's 17. That's different.
She's 17, yeah. So
yeah, that's
she's dead to the fucking real world, man.
That's right. She knows how dark it is out here.
All right. And you can bleep that out.
No, you're good. It's actually the most common answer is like, hey, I don't give a shit if you curse around the house, but just know if you do it at school, I can't protect you.
Yeah.
There's consequences, and I can't look at that teacher and say, who fucking cares? You will get in trouble, and I can't do much to help you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
totally get it. That's awesome. Next question. What is like one of your favorite activities to do with your kids?
Well, actually, really one of them. Yeah, that's kind of the
drums, the playing music with them.
Yeah, music or introducing them to music.
Yeah.
You know, and also, I mean, going places and showing them things that will be a permanent concretized memory in their mind that'll last forever.
That's awesome. That's cool. And then last question, but you still have to come back to favorite TV dad. Do you have like a least favorite kids show or song? Like whenever your kids are like, I want to watch this show, you're like,
Blippi.
Blippi? You hate Blippi? Yep.
Yeah, Blippi can go.
Blippi is real hard.
And I think Blippi did go, and there was a different Blippi, and I was like, I don't like you either. I don't know.
Noted.
Sure about
it was the character and not the person. Now I know this.
Sure.
Blippi's a hard one. Blippi is, my kids don't know Blippi exists.
Okay.
And if you're listening to this and you introduce my kids to Blippi, I will find you. I will hunt you down.
Yeah. But Logan is actually right now, he's super into God of War.
Like the original or like the remakes?
The new ones.
The new ones are fantastic.
Not the ones with the sex scenes.
Yeah, the first one was just gratuitous. Second one is like this phenomenal father-son adventure that's like extremely
that's what
deep.
He really likes about it.
Really?
He likes he's like, he is seeing like father and son going out and experiencing all these things and, going through these conflicts with each other too and resolving them, and he's really into it. To the point where he asked Santa. So he doesn't like toys. He doesn't play with toys.
Okay.
He memorizes the landscapes. He's really into like Google Earth and you can go anywhere once and he knows how to get there. Like he's like a human GPS.
That's cool.
Yeah, like I mean, he can show you how to get to his grandparents' house in Stockton, California by freeway.
Whoa, that's not close.
No. So I mean, yeah, it's weird. It's like it's a savant thing.
Okay, that's cool.
That's pretty much what he's into. That and music. He's never asked for toys, really, ever. But he asked Santa for God of War action figures. So,
that's cool.
And I told Santa, I was like, so do what you can.
Do what you can, man. See if you can find him.
I think it'll probably show up.
You'll think it's going to appear? That's awesome.
Pretty sure.
Okay. I have a backup question. If you can't think of, okay. let's say you're meeting someone who's going to be a new dad, about to go into their fatherhood journey. What do you have like a go-to piece of advice? Anything you want to tell them? Anything like that? Any parenting advice you can think of if someone's about to become a dad?
When you're frustrated, try to back up, and instead of like trying to force your child to calm down, try like holding and breathing and relaxing, like rocking, things like that. Try a calm. If you're going to explode or you're just like, it's just, you don't know what to do, there's nothing is working, you know, try an ultra calm approach that has to do with like holding.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But I mean, you know, aside from that, like I'd probably ask, you know, hey, can you give me any advice? Hey, I need some help here. You know,
you tell me.
Yeah. So, you know, but yeah.
That's cool. No, I mean, like physical touch matters, and it makes your kid feel grounded, makes them feel safe, makes you feel connected also, hopefully. And yeah, no, it's, I think learning what keeps you calm is pretty crucial to being a parent, because there's going to be moments in which you need to be the calm one in the room. So how can you make sure you are the calm one in the room?
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Pretty much. And then only other thing I have for you is just like moment for self-promotion. I know you said earlier that you're going to go on tour with My Chemical Romance.
Not tour.
Oh, sorry.
Just
one show? You're just doing one show in Wembley?
Wembley, and then we're going to play some shows around it. I can't remember where. I think we're going to play in Poland.
Sure,
a month
of course.
later. But then I can't remember where we're playing. And on the East Coast, we're playing a festival on the East Coast in Boston in February. God, I can't remember what it is.
That's awesome.
Wait.
Finally, he'll find it.
Wait a minute. Let me...
Your tour manager sends you when to show up to the bus, and you show up to the bus. That's all you know.
No, actually, so we stopped having our tour manager. Now our friend Brandy, who actually helps us with merch, kind of a tour manager, but she pretty much just goes, it's in the app. Show up on time.
I mean, you guys are all in your 50s. If you don't know how to show up to bus call, that's not really our job.
We don't use a bus.
You don't? Do you use a van?
We were using a bus, and then we were like, gosh, that sure does cost a lot of money.
Sure does.
So it's less expensive for us to fly.
Okay.
And so we've been flying a lot, doing that. And Ron Harrell, Run a House Sound Man, has been extremely gracious enough to drive the gear.
Dude, what?
I know. I like to drive. I'm like, okay, is that a polite thing? Or is that a real thing?
You can tell us if you hate this, man.
So yeah, but wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I do have Assertion. My other band has got a record out called "Basking in the Gaslight," and I think we're proud of it. You know, we worked really hard on it. Justin Tominga, who's in the band as well, and now Chris Jordan, but he's also a great father, inspirational.
Sweet.
So here it is. I got it.
Yes.
Something in the Way is the name of the festival.
Okay.
And it's February 1st. But we are playing on, we're playing 2/1/26.
Okay, sweet.
And that's in Boston, I believe. So
that's awesome. What about you're good. What about like social media? Like what's your like Instagram handle? Are you active on anything? If people want to like follow you, know your journey, all that stuff. Yeah.
I gotta look at my glasses. I'm William.
That's you.
But it's W_Goldsmith.
Okay, cool. I'll like tag you in the post and all that stuff.
Handle, but TikTok, I am on there. I love William Goldsmith 72.
Okay, cool.
Sweet. But Facebook is gone. I just can't do it.
Yeah, that's fair. I get it. There's enough stimulation and things for me to decipher in my day-to-day life, and social media doesn't make that easier a lot of the time.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of imposters. There's like pretend me's on Facebook. Yeah. And then there's other pretend me's that have accessed my account and messaging people. People are like, you have to message every person that you're friends with. I was like, you know what? I'm going to nuke the thing because I do not have time.
I'm good. And if someone's like, hey, you messaged me on Facebook, you're like, no, I did not.
No, I didn't.
I do not exist on there.
Yeah, for
totally
sure.
Get it. Well, man, that's all I got for you. I'll edit the episode. I'll like text or email you about like when I think it'll come out, what I need from you.
Text if you can, because I'm sometimes email.
Dude, totally get it. Yeah, no, I totally get that.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome.
So, and man, appreciate it. Thanks for your time. And really appreciate it. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, me too. Thank you. This was awesome. It was really fun.
If you're ever in Denver area, if I see Sunny Days playing a show, I'll send you a text like, hey man, you want to meet up or anything like that? See if it makes sense.
Yeah, you will not have to pay for a ticket. And then I'll make sure that Jeremy says in the mic, hey man, you better get going. We still have a little ways to go.
For
but
all the dads.
I just want to let you know it's,
We're playing, just so you know, all the dads, we play until about 11 p.m.
Yeah. So you should probably leave about 40 minutes in.
And then I'll still know, like, hey, the encore is what you're really here for. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe come late. Maybe come late.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. How do I negotiate this with my family? That's the question.
Awesome.
So,
well, thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you a lot.
Devin.
I'll talk to you next
have
time.
a great night.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to the episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at the Imperfect Dads Podcast. And make sure to give us 5 stars wherever you listen to us. Music, editing, and production is all done by me. Make sure to tune in on Mondays and most Thursdays for new episodes. This podcast is part of the Never a Face Network. Make sure to go to neverafacednetwork.com to learn more about them.